Well, Chris and Jill, I've taught middle school for 52 wonderful years here in Cabo Cove, Maine. Mystery writer and detective Jessica Fletcher was in my very first 7th grade class. Perhaps you've seen her on TV? Yes, it would. We worked on writing with voice and clarity in language arts and creative problem solving in science and industrial arts. I wore a lot of hats back then. I'm still teaching. We are working on the Common Core standards so they make sense for 7th and 8th graders. We still need to make sure students have opportunities to think creatively and problem solve today. But you don't want to hear me get on my soapbox. We're here to play a game and I need to start channeling Lady Gaga so I can kick some butt. Not that I'm competitive or anything. Well, certainly innovative thinking. These kids will have a lot of problems in the next 30 years to solve, starting with rejuvenating Maine's economy to all sorts of bioethical questions. Teamwork. You did say there might be more than one correct answer? Then certainly teamwork. Collaboration is extremely important in the workplace, in the community, and at home. So 1 and 2 for sure. Number 3. Problem solving. Well, that goes without saying. You know that bright as a button and Marie Hutton is doing a great session on 3D design using SketchUp. What a super tool for problem solving. So, obviously the answer is 4. All of the above. You know, my colleagues used to make fun of me for using games in my classroom. I wish I had this research 50 years ago. This is a no-brainer for an innovative educator. What? You didn't know that veteran teachers could be innovative educators? Don't believe everything you hear on Education Nation. Number 1 is the correct answer. Some kids thrive on competition, always want to be first. Others just shrink away from it because they've suffered through not being good enough for many years. A little competition is okay, but we need to be helping students understand that through hard work they can improve their personal best. I don't have a clue. I'm thinking maybe number 2 or 3 because that's usually the position of the right answer. But maybe I better use one of my lifelines. I'm going to ask an expert, Jeff Rodman. He's smart and a principal. Aren't all principals smart? Honey, any teacher who has been around the block a couple of times knows that trips to the bathroom are all about hair. In the 60s it was the flip for the girls, and the boys still had buzz cuts. By the 70s everyone had flowing locks, boys and girls, and they all had to check it out after every class. That Sharon Littlefield never could find that girl. She was always looking for a mirror. The answer is number 2. Then I want to use my poll the audience option. Okay class, I mean MAMLE conference attendees, please help me out. Brainstorm at your tables and write down your 2 best answers on whiteboards. Jill, how many tables do I get to call on? Okay, I am counting on you. As Tim said, all of us is smarter than any one of us. Tables 3, 6 and 8. Aren't they just so smart? My eyesight isn't what it used to be. Is that Carl and Joyce sitting at one of the tables? You know, they were quite smitten with each other in my 7th grade language arts class. Joyce grew up to be a language arts teacher. My influence, I'm sure. Yes, I'm going to use all of their answers. Things are different now. When I got out of college, the best options open to women were teaching and nursing. Now we can fly jets, be a Supreme Court justice or a surgeon. Technology, however, is changing those jobs for everyone. When I watch the interviews with our brave soldiers overseas, they talk about carrying their laptops with them into the field. Certainly the military wants recruits who are techno-savvy. I know routine legal research is farmed out to a variety of places and not done by in-house counsels anymore, and innovation is the name of the game in every industry. The answer has got to be 1, 2, and 3. Young people don't magically acquire these skills when they turn 18. They have to have these experiences all through school if they are going to be collaborative, techno-savvy innovators. And what about the creative economy? We can't overlook the arts. That shouldn't be too hard to understand. Well, I know you've got to use it or lose it, and I've still got it. I think I need to use that other lifeline. Help me at table 11, please. I knew they would say that. You know, Jill, you really should have a visual so that you are meeting the needs of all of your learners. I see. It really isn't positioned very well for the folks standing where I am. Perhaps you could work on that for next time. Big question. I hope all districts are being thoughtful about this initiative. Let's use my last poll. The audience, everyone at your tables, please have a conversation around this question. Remember, no one knows what tables I might call on. That's all right. The process of thinking and discussing is as important as earning points. I bet that group from Mount Ararat Middle School had some fantastic ideas. Go Eagles!